amazing project. I'd like to welcome to the stage Sister Sama Warif from the Art and Wilderness Institute. She'll go over this amazing endeavor that we're undertaking here at ICOI.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. All right, everyone's starting to wake up after fasting. That's great. Alhamdulillah. So, alhamdulillah, for Ramadan, first night of Ramadan together. This is beautiful. And mashallah, ICOI has grown so much over the years, and there's so much beautiful community. And I was talking to a sister the other day. She's saying, you know, a long time ago, when you think about Irvine, you didn't think about community at all. It was not a thing. But now, mashallah, it's bustling and it's thriving with community. People are moving to Irvine to be part of this beautiful community, mashallah. And of course, with that comes responsibility, right? And subhanAllah, the leadership team at ICOI, they know what an amana it is to be in a position of leadership. That's the scariest position to be in, right, on the Yawm al-Qiyamah, is leadership. And so with that comes immense responsibility. And so I wanted to introduce the Green Masjid Initiative. And it is a part of a program that we started a couple years back, trying to get masjids to go green. And before I get into, you know, what is this Green Masjid Initiative, and, you know, what are our plans, and, you know, how are we going to do this? I think it's always important to start with the why, right? Just like with anything, sometimes we get lost in what we're doing and we forget what the why is. So let's start with the why. First of all, it's Ramadan. And in Ramadan, our goal is purification. Purification of the heart, purification of the body, purification of the soul, and also purification of our earth. I'm going to add that too, because we are actually supposed to be the khulafa, the stewards of this earth. We're supposed to be the ones who are actually caretaking. You look on your plate. Go ahead and take a look at the food on your plate right now. Everything that we're eating, it's rizq from Allah. And everything that we're eating came from somewhere. And it took lots of water to grow that tomato. And it took a lot of water to grow the grass so that the cow can graze, so that we can eat meat. It took a lot of resources and energy to get that on a truck and bring it all the way over so it could be cooked. And it took propane to cook it. And so there's so much that goes into being green. So much that goes into our carbon footprint. So it's really interesting. I'm a naturalist, by the way, and that means that I spend most of my time out in the wilderness observing animals and plants. And I share this with you because there are two vocabulary words that I wanted to share with you today. One is active and one is passive. And we know this, you know, I'm sure you've heard of passive income, right? Like, you know, investing in stocks. And then there's active income, going and actually working, and people can visibly see you working. In the animal kingdom, there's also passive hunting, like for example, an orb weaver spider builds a nest, builds a web, and waits, right? And then something flies in and it's passive, and then it can go and grab it. And then there's active hunting, like a tarantula that comes out and ambushes its prey. And then I'm going to introduce another term. So we know those, but now there's another one. There's actually actively harm the earth, which I can't see anyone in this audience going and doing like, oh, I'm going to go get that ocean, I'm going to throw some plastic in it, I'm going to go harm that whale. I can't see anyone here doing that. We love animals, right? Islamically, yes? Yeah, we love the planet, we love the earth. We don't know, none of us are going to go out and actively throw trash. We don't do that, right? We're Muslims. But unfortunately, we are passively doing that. And I think that we know now that with the advent of technology, and you know, there's good things about it, but there's also things that have started hardening our hearts and putting us in a state of ghafla. And a state of ghafla means kind of being in this sleepy zombie-like mode. And so I wanted to bring us to this passive sort, and I wanted to share what that looks like. And so to do that, we're going to get out our microscope and zoom into just one element. For example, plastic water bottles. I'm going to just dive in real quick. So we're not going to go over everything that could be better, but let's just look at a plastic water bottle for a second. It takes to produce a water bottle, a single water bottle, okay? It takes 2,000 times more energy, electricity, energy, to make one water bottle more than the same cup of tap water. That's crazy. That's a lot of carbon. That's a lot of electricity that it takes to produce one water bottle. Not just that, the carbon. It takes 0.2 kilograms of carbon per water bottle. And if we times that times 30,000 plastic water bottles, which is the statistic of the average masjid in Ramadan goes through 30,000 plastic water bottles. That equals 9 metric tons of carbon that we're putting into our atmosphere just as a single masjid. So if we think about that and we think about where that carbon goes, most of it gets absorbed into the ocean. And so I'm only zooming in on this so we can see like why. Why do we need to make these changes? Because we are not actively, but passively harming the planet through this thing called convenience. And last but not least, the social justice element. You know, you think about the water bottling companies and the water that they steal from indigenous people all across the world. And as Muslims, we can't stand for that. So we're just looking at one item and what it does. And so bringing it back to our collective responsibility. We don't want to be a passive ummah. We want to be a ummah that is held accountable and responsible for our actions, and we are not in a state of ghafla. And so, introducing the Green Masjid Initiative. MashaAllah, you are sitting at a Green Masjid Iftar at the moment. There are no plastic water bottles in front of you. You see glass. Yes, it takes more effort. Yes, it's more expensive. Yes, it probably costs more. But you know what? Inshallah, we're going to be rewarded for that. And I would also add, maybe next time you're invited to an iftar, bring your Tupperware with you so that we don't have food waste. Because there's so many people who don't have food on planet Earth right now. So part of an active thing that we can do for our masjids would be bringing with you, sorry, I brought a gallon just to show you. It takes 1 gallon of water to make one actual water bottle, to produce one water bottle. But I want to show you what's in my bag when I go to the masjid, okay? Just real quick, because this is something that you can do and you can hang it by your door. And you're like, oh, I'm going to Tarawih, let me take my bag with me. So this is something simple. Bring your reusable water bottle. Really easy, right? We can do that. My little prayer rug. It's like a Mary Poppins bag. I have my mug, okay? It's my little mug. I have a plate with me, and I have a fork. And that always stays in this bag. And I just put it by the door, and I'm going to the masjid, I just bring it with me, and then I don't have to take a cup. I don't have to take a plastic water bottle. I can refuse it. I can say no. And so I invite all of you to join us in the Green Masjid Initiative. You can visit our website, artandwildernessinstitute.com. We are a nonprofit organization. We are transitioning our website over. And you can learn more about what you can do. And if you are interested in helping your masjid go green, please reach out. We would love to help you. And mashallah, ICOI is spearheading this effort and modeling what this is going to look like, just like they have been modeling the village. Mashallah. So Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. Enjoy your iftar and enjoy the rest of the evening and donate generously. Assalamu alaikum.
MashaAllah. Thank you, Sister Sama. I think 130,000 of those water bottles are in the bottom of my car, actually, so I gotta do better at that as well. So I'm gonna start bringing one of those bags with me as well. Thank you so much. Moving right along, you know, one of the most blessed things that we can do this month, obviously, is to come to the masjid and pray. But you know, one of the most the Muslims that I admire the most are the ones that have found their path back to Islam. And I'm talking about our reverted brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, we have an amazing program at ICOI where we have an amazing sister whose name is Maria Munoz, who regularly heads a program that is really unique at ICOI. To come talk about our new Muslim support group, I'd like to welcome to the stage Maria Munoz. Thank you very much. Please give her a warm welcome.
everyone a blessed month. Jazakallah khair to everyone that has come out, to our volunteers, to our ICOI staff, and to our guests. Thank you also to everyone that is doing the silent auction, and to obviously photographers and everyone that we don't see that is working very hard.